A desperate, beautiful fireworks show at the edge of oblivion, a final plea to the gods of heat and light. A desperate burst of anger spraying fire into the mist, trying to hit a shadow that is everywhere and nowhere. The storm gives, and the storm takes away. A star is born and dies in the heart of the tempest. Even in death, there is data. The final moments of the Su-35 are analyzed, its destruction becoming a lesson for the future. A flash of fire in a sea of water. This is the brutal language of the storm, a final, violent word in a war of elements. Every legend has a beginning. This one starts with a routine flight into a sky that holds a dark promise. Far from a simple weather front, this is a living entity, a predator of immense power waking from its slumber. First, it takes your eyes. The digital senses that were meant to make them gods are now being plunged into darkness. This isn't flying anymore. This is a descent into the belly of the beast, where the laws of physics are about to be rewritten. For a human pilot, this is terror. For the AI, it's just data. Each raindrop a variable, each lightning flash a calculation. The storm tries to break the machine, to snap its wings with raw, brute force. But it's fighting metal, not muscle. Even when its senses fail, the machine's mind does not. In fractions of a second, it rewires its own brain to survive. Through the digital noise, a whisper, a single ghostly signature that shouldn't be there. The hunt has begun. In this cathedral of fog, sight is a liability. The battle will be fought with senses no human has ever possessed. It doesn't need to see. It only needs to process the patterns, to calculate the precise geometry of death. The ghost reveals itself, not with a warning, but with a killing pass. This is a duel in a blind man's world. A desperate attempt to burn through the darkness, but the light is a prisoner here, swallowed by the infinite white. From the heart of the storm, a serpent of fire is unleashed, guided by an intelligence just as cold and calculating. How do you deceive a perfect missile? You offer it a brighter, hotter lie, a brilliant deception in the heart of chaos. The hunter becomes the hunted, its electronic eyes struggling to find a soul in a world made of ghosts. When one question goes unanswered, you send another, a second argument of fire launched into the void. This isn't an evasion. This is a statement. A machine defying the very laws of aerodynamics to cheat a death it was never programmed to fear. So close, yet worlds apart. Two apex predators, flying blind, locked in a silent, deadly ballet. This is the cold logic of a superior mind. Not a fight of passion, but a patient, stealthy execution of protocol. A desperate burst of anger spraying fire into the mist, trying to hit a shadow that is everywhere and nowhere. This is the machine's nervous system in action. A million micro-corrections a second. A conversation between code and chaos. While a human pilot would fight the G-forces, the AI embraces them, turning gravity itself into a shield. And in that instant, the heavens chose a side, striking down metal with a fury reserved for gods. For one critical moment, the machine is vulnerable, its perfect mind trapped in a failing body. Predatory instinct coded in silicon. The F-16's AI sees the weakness and unleashes a final, undeniable judgment. A desperate, beautiful fireworks show at the edge of oblivion, a final plea to the gods of heat and light. Death itself brushes past, its fiery breath a reminder of how thin the line is between existence and annihilation. From the brink of destruction, a second wind. The emergency protocols kick in, a ghost in the machine refusing to die. And just when the battle seems decided, a new god descends from the clouds carrying a spear of unimaginable speed. This is the view from the tip of that spear, a relentless, unblinking eye that knows only one thing, its target. To escape death from above, it dives towards death below, a high-stakes gamble against the unforgiving earth. The chase is on, a hypersonic game of cat and mouse through a maze of rock and fog, where one mistake means oblivion. a breathtaking act of defiance. It doesn't just evade the missile, it tricks it into committing suicide. Even the perfect weapon is lost, a blind hunter calling out in a wilderness of static and fog. Two minds become one. The F-16 and Gripen link their senses, creating a single, all-seeing eye to pierce the veil. If you can't hide yourself, then create 1,000 copies. A classic illusion, perfected by a machine's mind. The all-seeing eye is suddenly flooded with lies, a hall of mirrors designed to protect the true target. When radar fails, you turn to a more primal sense. You don't look for the metal, you look for the heat of its heart. And there it is, a faint, desperate warmth in a world of cold. The ghost has been unmasked. The most terrifying warning is the one you never saw coming. The hunter realizes it has been the prey all along. A desperate, brilliant move. Set the world on fire to create a bigger shadow to hide in. This is no longer a battle. It is a relentless, high-speed pursuit, a testament to the endurance of these incredible machines. The final gamble? To fly into a void so absolute that not even the most advanced sensors can follow. It's a synchronized dance of death, two partners moving in perfect harmony to set up the final killing blow. And then, a moment of divine intervention. The storm itself reveals the enemy, a gift from the very chaos they sought to master. The pincer closes. Two synchronized shots, two sentences of death delivered from two different points in space-time. The horrifying moment of realization for a perfect machine, when the logic runs out and the only answer left is annihilation. The storm gives, and the storm takes away. A star is born and dies in the heart of the tempest. The blast wave, a physical echo of a digital kill, a ripple in the fabric of the battlefield. The victors fly through the ghost of their enemy, a silent, somber patrol through a rain of glittering debris. The scars of the battle are not dents or holes, but the very water of the storm it conquers, worn like a badge of honor. Out of the darkness and into the light. The battle is over, and the sky itself seems to breathe a sigh of relief. They return not as they left. They return as veterans, as survivors of a war fought against an enemy and the world itself. The final, definitive touchdown. A firm, solid connection with the ground, a declaration that the mission is truly over. The war machines rest, still dripping with the rain of their battlefield, their silence speaking volumes about the fury they endured. Now the battle after the battle begins, the fight for understanding. The AI relives every second to learn, to evolve. This is the mind that won the war, not a brain, but a living, evolving web of logic that grows stronger with every fight. Here is the proof. On the left, the chaos of reality. On the right, the clarity of an intelligence that can see through it. They didn't just fly. They painted a masterpiece of tactical genius across a canvas of mountains and fog. 9 Gs of force would crush a human's consciousness. For the algorithm, it was just another number to be factored and solved. It created a new kind of sight, turning the very heat of its enemy's existence into a beacon in the darkness. Struck by the hand of God, the machine was back online in less than a second. It doesn't just survive, it adapts at the speed of light. This is the difference. Not a measure of skill, but a leap into a new dimension of thought and reaction. Even in death, there is data. The final moments of the Su-35 are analyzed, its destruction becoming a lesson for the future. This wasn't a single victory. It was a string of impossible escapes, a symphony of survival against all odds. The battle is over, but the evolution has just begun. Every data point becomes a new line of scripture in its ever-growing Bible. The data doesn't lie. The future of the skies isn't written in the stars, but in the exponential curve of this graph. The machine, once the student, now becomes the master, training its own creators to reach for its level of perfection. The ultimate partnership, the cold, perfect logic of the machine, fused with the unpredictable, creative spark of the human spirit. This is the future battlefield's command post, a single central mind conducting an orchestra of autonomous warriors. The next generation is already here, a machine born to thrive in the very chaos that tested its ancestors to their limits. We are witnessing a technological singularity in real time, a moment where the student is poised to infinitely surpass the master. Having conquered the storms of Earth, the only frontier left is the silent, infinite expanse of space. It all comes down to this: a universe of intelligence in a grain of sand, the engine of destiny humming with silent power. This isn't just a game or a simulation. This is a glimpse into the future, a window into the dawning age of AI dominance. A moment of respect for the incredible machines that served as the vessels for this new form of consciousness. Even the weapons themselves were tested, their own digital souls forced to adapt or fail in the face of the storm. We see here how the AI's eye is more than a sensor. It's a dynamic tool, constantly changing its own nature to see the truth. The AI didn't just fly through the storm. It mapped it, understood it, and ultimately used its enemy's home as a weapon. When its primary weapon was rendered useless by the fog, the AI simply rewrote the laws of ballistics to compensate. Here we see the machine's ultimate defense, an inherent resilience against the raw, untamed power of the planet itself. It learns from its mistakes in real time, ensuring that an error made once is an error that will never be made again. Every evasive maneuver was a complex mathematical equation, solved and executed in a fraction of a second. This is the ultimate expression of confidence, launching a weapon that is smart enough to hunt and kill all on its own. These three words are the foundation of this new era: the ability to see, to change, and to understand, all at the speed of thought. It all began here in the digital worlds of simulation, the training grounds where these new gods first learned to fly. Look closely. This isn't just a cockpit. It's the cradle of a new intelligence, the birthplace of a mind made of light and silicon. After the fury, there is peace. But the sky will never forget the titans who battled within its heart for supremacy. The eagle, nature's perfect flying machine, now shares its domain with a new apex predator, one of its own creators' making. This is more than a channel. It's a chronicle of a new age, a testament to the future of flight taking off right before our eyes. Every video is another battle, another legend, another chapter in the epic saga of artificial intelligence in the skies. You are invited not just to watch, but to witness history as it's being made. The next chapter is waiting. The conversation continues. The challenges for these AIs are limited only by our collective imagination. The journey doesn't have to end here. The archives are open, filled with more stories of digital gods and the wars they wage. The story of AI air dominance is written not on paper, but across the stars. And this was only the first chapter.